Bitcoin is still holding the 8,800 levels, and above the previous consolidation, which is really healthy. We can see that on the daily the volume has been somewhat lower and now below the moving average of the that's a 20 days moving average on the volume. So just something to be cautious of. BitMEX similar, volume below the 20-day moving average, and for the index, similar position. So that's something where I would think will be healthy to have a pullback, probably retesting the 8,200 before making another leg up. That's what I see right now. A lot of altcoins are still in the very bullish patterns. Looking at ETH here, for example, we can it's still in the contraction into the consolidation, bullish consolidation, bullish flag, touching the resistance. So as long as this level hold, we're good for another leg up, I will expect. The USD pair though look somewhat similar to Bitcoin, a bit extended. So you could expect potentially a retest of that level, even just 2060 before going for the 300. Another alt that's been doing extremely well is BitTorrent. Let's find it. It's here. So yeah, BitTorrent. It actually. So if we look at the Fibonacci retracement, we can see that it actually touched the. Let me find it. Yeah, here. So Fibonacci retracement, it actually touched the 160. So if we start one at the top that we had in February to the bottom when it got listed, okay, we have different levels of Fibonacci retracement, and one of them is the 161, which was the target, and we actually cleared it yesterday. So at this point, for those that are long, I will advise to take some profits. After a massive leg like that, hopefully it's going to hold and consolidate, but they might have a pullback to retest this level and continue on the uptrend if it were to continue. EOS yesterday has been has been the strongest movers against BTC. It actually took 15-17% versus BTC. So EOS has been the strongest coin versus USD. Same, cleared a lot of levels. Let's look at a long-term chart. Yeah, so target we're still on for the target of $9.5. That's really healthy. I think if it were to come back, it should potentially come and retest that level right there. That as a resistance to validate it as a resistance before moving up. Difficult to take a position into a range like that, but into a move. It's better to take position when it consolidates and not when you have a big move like that, in case you get a pullback down. What else? Yeah, the other coins that I think are interesting are Litecoin. Because of we covered it yesterday already, because of the halving. Otherwise, there is Ripple that I like, and I think will do well. Pull back into this resistance, consolidation, starting the first move. Let's see if this can follow through, but potentially this could do well on the upside. In terms of smaller alts, I like Atom. Let's zoom a bit in the time frame because there's less history. But as we can see, price has been a downtrend. We are about to retest the low that was at 46,000 Satoshi, 47. I'm gonna actually put an alert if we were to reach that. Versus USD though, it's looking much more bullish. We have an ascending triangle basically. If we look at it like that, here's your triangle, and here you could actually just draw like that. So that's not actually an ascending triangle on Poloniex. That's simply a consolidation pattern. So it could break both ways. It's been consolidating basically its whole life, okay, in this pattern. So There could be some fuck move, but basically what you could expect is either one scenario, one like that, break up, retest, goes up, or so that's the bullish scenario, or breakdown, sorry, or breakdown, retest, and then move down to retest the lows. That's basically the two scenarios I'm envisioning looking at Atom. Even though strong coin, strong fundamentals, but in this structure, difficult to say more. We could zoom in a bit more into the time frames and see. So here you get a resistance that's been hit 1, 2, 3 times. So hopefully there is another thing that it could do lower in the time frame, something like that. Put that in like yellow. Is retest again this level and then breakthrough. That's also a possibility. Let's look again at the BTC pair, because I really like Atom, so I'm going to spend a bit of time on it. Yeah. So here we're just retesting that level here. So it's been tested a couple of times now. That's that resistance for 1, 2, 3 times. Yeah, that's not it's not as bullish. So I will basically wait a little bit before taking some action on Atom, putting some alerts to see if it moves, what it does. It's something you can only buy at this point. You can't short it. Let's look at BCH, because usually this, yeah. So it's at resistance, okay, and it hasn't cleared the resistance yet, but it's been oh yeah, it's cleared it. It's not daily. So we had a daily close above this resistance. So if I draw the line correctly, exactly here at the bottom of this week's, we can see that we had finally a close above the resistance. So that's very healthy. We can expect more consolidation before a continuation on the upside. There was also a massive pump recently on BSV, and it's been holding pretty well. So here we had a pump of 80%, so 90% price double basically, and bullish consolidation, like bull flag. If we zoom in, probably on the 4 hour, we see it better, and then price continuing on the upside. What else? Yeah, we can look at Tezos. So I don't know if this is this is the most history. So yeah, Tezos has been rejected from the all-time high. Currently, you could expect it to come back and retest this level right here at $1.46, and that will be something to expect to validate this what was a resistance as a support, okay, and then potentially some upside continuations, something like that. You can look at the BTC pair as well. Yeah, it's a bit messy. It's just consolidating this big range. So basically, you had to step back. You basically had one consolidation range right there, one right there to start. You had one impulse down, one impulse up, and now we are consolidating between. We are ranging between these levels. So when you're in the middle, it's difficult. Like what you could expect is to buy at the bottom and sell at the top. If it were to ping pong and consolidate a bit more in that bigger range, but and not something that I'm particularly interested in. Silica as well has been showing strength and showing signs of life, really. So yeah, massive volume here a couple of days ago. Price went up very sharply, 30%, but got sold off right away, fortunately. So I will wait to have a bit more structure potentially before taking any action. Let's look at yeah, we're still far from this trend line. Right there. Yeah, still far as well. So yeah, if we can consolidate a bit more, or we seem to have retested this level once, punched up, but then we got sold off right away. So that's not good. This the fact that this didn't held at this level. So I'll wait a bit. I'm going to put some alert on Zilliqa. Yeah, I mean, that's all really I can say for today. Market is just ranging up. I would expect a pullback, hopefully 8,200 holds, and then continuation. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Don't forget that this is not financial advice, and you should do your own research. Thank you.